Hey, it is Web Wednesdays. We are back with series that didn't make it into our weekend services throughout the year, but were too good to just put on the shelf. And so each week we jump in on Wednesdays from Bible reading and prayer, mental health, faith and politics, and more. And so let's jump into week 5 of our series, Binge Reading the Bible. Hey, do you like rules? I'm willing to bet that the answer to that is a resounding no. Most of us don't like rules. We don't like to be told what to do. Now, what if I said, do you like instructions? Well, your answer to that would probably still be no, because we like to do things on our own. Even if I handed you them, you probably wouldn't look at them because we think we know better. And God knew this from the very beginning, as Adam and Eve were given all of this beautiful world to be able to procreate and name the animals and care for them and enjoy all those freedoms. And they were given just one rule, and they broke it almost immediately. And well, the rest of the time with mankind has been this up and down battle through the Old Testament of the Bible, trying to keep the rules, and well, we continue as mankind to break them. And God ultimately wanted to take care of this once and for all, which is why he sent Jesus. And Jesus came and led a perfect life. And one of his messages, one of the most famous messages that he had, called the Sermon on the Mount, he begins talking about blessed are the poor in spirit, and blessed are the meek, and blessed are the peacemakers. And as he goes through this, he's showing this heart movement instead of an action piece. And people are really perking up because this wasn't the type of teaching they had normally heard. They had been known about keeping rules. Then he jumps into something that would have been a little weird for them. He says, you are like salt. And salt, if it hasn't lost its saltiness, is good for plenty of things. But when it loses its saltiness, it is worthless and should be thrown out. And you're like a light, a city on a hill that shines brightly. You don't put a light under a bowl. No, you put it on a lampstand and illuminate the whole room. And the hearers of this, as the crowd is listening, thinks, oh, Jesus is coming to just destroy the law and to just give us instruction on how to be, well, better at the heart. And well, it's a little more complicated than that. And Jesus shares this over in Matthew chapter 5, verses 17 through 19. It says, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth disappear, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen, will by any means disappear from the law until everything is accomplished. Therefore, anyone who sets aside one of the least of these commands and teaches others accordingly will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. See, Jesus came in this very, very broken world to fulfill the law, that we would find freedom and hope in him. See, Jesus paid the price. And while this isn't following God, a bunch of rules, it is something that out of the price paid for our lives, for all of the sin that we have committed, all the things that we have done wrong and hurt people, and unforgiveness, the pride, the arrogance, the shame, all of it, Jesus comes and covers it to show us that we were bought at a price and he loves us dearly. And this isn't about rule keeping, but a relationship and a heart change. And out of that heart change, we would want to obey the way he directs us, the way he instructs us to live for him and for others. And that can be difficult for us when we think we know how to do it on our own. See, when my brother and I were younger, we loved to, hang around and build things together. And we were out in the garage one day and finding all the scrap wood, building this ramp. And my dad walks out and can clearly see that my brother and I are about to get into a fight over which tools to use and how to build this ramp and the pitch of the angle to be able to send our skateboards and bikes off, all of this. And so my dad could have easily come in and dropped the hammer and said, listen, you over here, use this tool, use that tool, here's what you're gonna do. Don't talk to one another. If you talk to one another, here's the consequences. Just dropped a bunch of rules on us and demanded we do certain things. But that is not at all what he did. See, as he came in, he goes, hey, you guys need some help? No, we got it. And he saw quickly that we didn't have it. And as he jumped in, he just kind of guided us along the way. He said, hey, you're really good at that. Why don't you try this piece? Hey, my brother Michael, why don't you try over here at this piece and come together and you can build this ramp. And sure enough, we ended up getting it done. We got along in the process. It was a partnership, but there was something that happened without the rules, without this stringent movement. He guided us and we were receptive to his guidance. And out of the overflow of being receptive to his guidance, we were kind to one another. We were acting differently, not because of rules, but because our heart was changed. Our heart was changed because we listened to the Father. And Jesus came to guide us back to God the Father and what's true about our relationship with him and the beauty of living this life. And we can begin to understand that more when we engage in reading the Bible, engage in attendance and going to weekend services, being in a small group, being a part of this, praying. And well, we want to help you along in that journey this year. The beginning of January, we started reading through the Bible together as a church. And you can start this anytime. It's never too late to begin this journey of engaging your faith and reading the Bible. Over at the link there's a way that you can download a Bible app and then go back to that link and click on the Bible in 2020, and you can begin reading through the Bible in video studies and learning what it means to follow the instruction of the Father so that we can have a heart like his and care for others and not have it be a bunch of rules and regulations. See, Jesus already came to fulfill all the rules. He came so that you and I could live freely and lightly. And now's our choice to take his instruction and to put it into practice and to be receptive so that we can be the best version of who he designed us to be. That's our prayer for you and I in this new year. And we are so thankful that you're a part of this community. If you have any questions, jump in there on that chat tab over at the link and let us know how we can help you in your journey with God. Make sure to share these videos with a friend, repost them, and let others know as you're growing in your faith. And comment below and let us know how you are using these to engage your faith more. We love you guys, and we'll see you next Web Wednesday. Until then, peace.